And hello, everybody. Welcome to NFL Total Access. I'm Rhett Lewis. Hall of Fame running backs LaDainian Tomlinson and Terrell Davis will be along shortly, giving you their top 3 running backs for Week 13. Derrick Henry may lead the league in rushing, but does he lead TD and LT's list? And with Steelers linebacker Bud Dupree now out for the season, we have a scouting report on the next man up for the Pittsburgh defense. Plus, Philly head coach Doug Peterson, quarterback Carson Wentz facing increasing criticism riding this 3-game losing streak. Our GM Scott Pioli on how they navigate the choppy waters ahead. But first, let's get to our game of the week.
Have a little energy, have a little juice, all right? It starts with us.
Let's get right today. Let's get right today.
Let's go win it. I don't care what's happening at this point. Let's go win it right now.
2%.
Goff wants another one. Here it comes. Looking left, comes off that read, spins it middle. Cooper Kupp.
Go, go.
Nice one.
Classic right there.
Rakes a tackle, dives, touchdown.
What? What are we talking about?
I like it, I like it.
Got to launch it. He does. Left side. Into the end zone, jump ball, and it is. Is it caught? Is it caught?
Yeah! Let's go! We should have won, baby. We should have won, baby.
So big matchup in the NFC West, also inside the NFC playoff picture. Both the Rams and Cardinals in the tournament as of now as wild cards, but that 7 seed in the Cardinals status in it a little perilous considering the way that the Vikings and 49ers have been playing, just now a game back of Arizona, as we say hello for the first time, as promised, to our Hall of Fame backfield, LaDainian Tomlinson and Terrell Davis here. Now, looking at our game of the week with the Cardinals and the Rams here, LT, is there a matchup inside this matchup that you're excited to see?
Oh, no question about it, Rhett. That matchup is none other than DeAndre Hopkins and Jalen Ramsey. And may I remind you that these two old rivals, they know each other very well. Remember when DeAndre Hopkins played for the Texans and Jalen Ramsey played for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Well, they had to face each other twice a year in that AFC South. And you know what? DeAndre Hopkins is averaging 6 catches, 72 yards. You see it right there on your screen. He has 3 receiving touchdowns against Jalen Ramsey, but Jalen Ramsey also has an interception. Let me tell you why this game is going to be so important. The last 2 games for the Arizona Cardinals have been losses. DeAndre Hopkins has had less than 60 yards receiving and no touchdowns. So they're going to need Jalen Ramsey to lock down DeAndre Hopkins if they want to have a chance to win this game. They cannot let DeAndre Hopkins get off. If he gets off, then Arizona gets off.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins has arguably had as much success as any receiver against Ramsey. Last time out, though, Ramsey limiting him to just 4 catches for 27 yards last season. Okay, TD, let's look at this from the Rams' perspective here. Head coach Sean McVay critical of his quarterback's ball security here following last week's loss. 2 interceptions in 3 of his last 4 games. Rams 2-2 in that stretch. So how do they solve this inconsistency for Goff and the offense?
Well, I think there's 3 things they have to do, Rhett, and you just mentioned it. You talk about turnovers. The Rams, they have 18 takeaways, but they have 19 giveaways. So this Rams team, they give the ball away too many times. In the last couple of weeks, has been Jared Goff giving the ball away in situations where he shouldn't be. So they have to clean that up, secure the ball a little better than they have in the past. I think number 2, what they have to do is run. They have to be able to run themselves out of shaky quarterback play. What I mean by that is there's times in the game where they sit there and they try to fight through these low patches that Jared Goff has. Instead of running the ball, they continue to throw the football, putting him in harm's way. They've got to get those guys going, whether it's Akers, whether it's, Brown, Henderson. Those guys have got to carry the load, and I think Sean McVay has to do a better job of scheming run plays against these defenses. Again, the 3rd thing they have to do is start fast. If they don't do those 3 things, they'll be okay. The Rams are 7-4. They're okay. I wouldn't just panic yet, but they have to do those 3 things in order to beat the Arizona Cardinals.
And this game really does represent the intrigue in the NFC West standings. The Rams just a game out of first, the Cardinals just a game out of last, as well as these 2 teams represent 2nd and 3rd place right now. It's going to be a fun one. We got some more news for you here out of the NFC West, and for that we bring in our NFL Network insider, Ian Rappaport. Ian, for the team that's leading the NFC West, the Seattle Seahawks, getting some news now on the potential reinstatement here of Josh Gordon. What are the details?
the official reinstatement of Josh Gordon, conditionally reinstated, but this is something that the Seahawks and Gordon have been waiting more than a year for, ever since he was suspended in December last year. Now we get word from the league office that Gordon is officially back. And one thing that Brian Schottenheimer described him to, talking to reporters a couple minutes ago, another fun toy for Russ to play with. No doubt one of the more explosive receivers in the NFL when he is on the field, and now he does have the opportunity to do that. Here's the timeline for Josh Gordon. He gets to begin COVID testing tomorrow. He can join the team, go through individual meetings, meet with some coaches, do strength and conditioning, work out in small groups or by himself on the field December 9th. And then the first Monday, or the Monday of week 16, Gordon is officially allowed to practice and then play with his team, who was suspended with 4 games to go last year. He gets 2 games now. I talked to his lawyer, Adam Kenner. He said he is so happy for Gordon. No one deserves it more than him.
Would make him technically eligible then week 16 against the Rams, week 17 against the 49ers for the NFC West leading Seattle Seahawks. Thanks very much, Ian Rappaport. For now, though, let's get a look back at yesterday's week 12 finale.
Patience pays off. Off we go finally from Pittsburgh.
Throws it quickly, intercepted at the 15-yard line. That's Joe Hayden into the end zone for the pick 6 to put the Steelers on the board first.
Field and dropped at the 15-yard line, and the Ravens recover it. Give us to Edwards, straight ahead. Second effort, touchdown Ravens.
Big rush. TJ has him, and down he goes inside the 10. TJ Watt with yet another sack. Touchdown, Juju Smith-Schuster. What a nice throw by Ben to put it right on the money. And that's it. The Steelers are 11-0 and have put Baltimore Ravens in the rearview mirror.
Well, torn ACL in the Steelers win over the Ravens. The team placing linebacker Bud Dupree on injured reserve today. Finishes the year with 8 sacks. Mike Tomlin saying, though, today he's as comfortable with rookie Alex Highsmith stepping in as he was when Robert Spillane stepped up for the injured Devin Bush earlier this season. And for more now on what to expect from the Steelers defense in Dupree's absence, here's Bucky Brooks.
The loss of Bud Dupree certainly impacts the Steelers defense, but I think is one that they can overcome. TJ Watt is still in place. You have Cam Hayward on the inside and Stephon Tuitt. And plus, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a high-pressure unit that brings blitzes from all over the place. And so, even though you're moving a rookie, Alex Highsmith, into the lineup, I think the way that they create pressure, the way that they create these one-on-one opportunities up front, the Steelers are more than good enough to handle and absorb the loss of Bud Dupree. I don't think anything happens in the Steel City. This defense is still lights out.
All right, thanks very much to Bucky Brooks there. And Alex Highsmith, the rookie linebacker, has played in every game this season, does have 1 sack on the year so far. But LT, do you agree with Bucky and with Coach Mike Tomlin that they feel like the Steelers are going to be okay without Bud Dupree?
Yeah, I think they'll be okay. What does that mean? They won't be great. You know, when you have Bud Dupree is like taking Batman off the field. And so, you know, TJ Watt is Superman. So you got Superman, you got Batman both on the same team. That's what made them dominant. Now you take Batman off the field and you just got Superman out there. Now you're putting in a rookie, and who knows what production you're going to get. You're certainly going to miss the production of a Bud Dupree who has 8 sacks. That's top 10 in the National Football League. The other thing that they're going to miss is the depth. Whenever you have a 4-man rotation at that outside linebacker, that's one thing that you can deal with, that you love as a defense. When you only have 3 active, healthy guys, as they do right now at outside linebacker, that's going to hurt them in their depth and their rotation.
Yeah, LT, I think you're talking about it. I mean, I think if you look at the team like the San Francisco 49ers, right, and, you know, you have Bosa who goes out. You know, obviously they're not the same team. Did they make adjustments? Yeah. To me, it's not a matter of if they will be affected. To me, it's how much the Steelers will be affected. You know, because right now I'm watching the Steelers play as this 11-0 team. The good news, they're 11-0. I think the bad news is that they're not playing like a team that's 11-0. You know, you watch the game the other day, you have a couple of drop passes, you have a quarterback that's not playing well, throwing the ball way too many times. They can't run the football. They have muff punts. They should have dominated that game against the Baltimore Ravens, and they didn't. You know, they have a few more weeks to clean things up, but it doesn't help when you're missing such an impact player like Bud Dupree. Your Bush is already out, so you're already missing him on defense. They can't withstand too many more, hits like that to their defense. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're 11-0. But, man, they just don't look like an 11-0 team to me at all.
Well, I think Mike Tomlin might agree with you. He didn't pull any punches in his assessment of his team's 11th win, calling it a junior varsity effort. Good news is Steelers have an opportunity to suit up with the varsity again Monday night, Week 13 against Washington. Let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture, which does, of course, have the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers right there at the top. But the Kansas City Chiefs ready to pounce there at the number 2 seed if in case the Pittsburgh Steelers do falter. Interesting as the wild card battle now heating up. You got two teams there in the Miami Dolphins and the Colts sitting at 7.